Hi, Panda here from Arctic Panda Popz, and today in this video we're checking out the limited edition of Mass Effect for the Xbox 360 that came in a steel tin with lots of other bonuses. So let's check out what's inside. Right, so here we go, this is what's inside the limited edition, it's the limited collector's edition actually, of the Mass Effect steel tin. So we've got this plastic case here, so obviously this came out a long time ago, so ours is a little bit rough on the casing, but we've still got the full plastic case in here. This is just more like what the actual normal plastic game case would look like. And then inside we've got this metal tin here. So I believe that's Garrus if I remember right. Apologies if I've got any names wrong, it's been a long time since I played it. And here's we've got, it's the male Shepard upon, I usually play as Fem Shep. But never mind. And this tin is very nice. And it actually has, yeah, it's, no, it's a little hard to see in here, but where my fingers roll over is actually like bossed out where it says Mass Effect, and you can actually rub your finger across and feel it. You can see a little bit in that light there, brilliant. So there's lots of different things in this collection, so let's have a look at the first thing. So we've got a Galactic Codex Essentials book. And this is just a little bit of a guide of like all the different things. So we've got history about the Citadel, about the things. There's like a lore book of all the things, which is pretty good because usually when you get like a manual it's just the controls, but this actually has like the military structure and different things about the races, the Asari, we got the Geth. Do you mean there's lots of information here, lots of backstory. I feel like unless you were reading a lot of the in-game text you might miss some of this. So this is actually quite like, feels like, oh, this is from actual Mass Effect lore, and if you were there, do you mean it's not like reading a documentary or something? That's not what I meant. You know what I mean. So this is actually like, hey, if you lived in the world and someone gave you a book about all the things, do you mean? It's not treating you like a gamer, it's treating you like as someone there. So that's an interesting look. As always, unfortunately, here in the UK, I don't know how well you can see that, but got a shop called Game. It's not very good, but they're terrible for sticking stickers on, pre-owned stickers on everything, including books, and they're a nightmare to get off without damaging it. So that's the only perils of trying to collect some older things in the UK. So I just look out for that, but usually if you just get like a sponge and wet it, you might be able to go off. Now this is a lovely, it's small, but it's a lovely, quite compact book full of beautiful concept art. I'm not going to go through it all now, but as you can see, there's like character designs, location designs. Yeah, there's some in color here as well. Like you can see, there's lots in here if I just do a quick flick through. So yeah, this is really beautiful, and it's a great way to get an art book. And it's actually made me think about maybe I should get a full-size art book on the Mass Effect games, because I've got a few large video game art books. Then we've got your standard instruction manual. Now I miss these from games. These used to be really good. I get to be more environment friendly, which I agree with by not having them, but at the same time there's something nice about having a book and be able to like look at the controls and the different menus, because some games the tutorial is awful. So yeah, and this is in color as well, so I'm quite impressed. It's just nice to go through and it just makes it a lot easier. This I always appreciate. They should always throw these in. Just a quick page with the buttons and instructions, because sometimes they're hidden in games and some games don't even have what the different buttons do in the game, which I always find strange. So yeah, that's kind of like standard, nothing special for the collector's edition here, but that is a nice thing done. Now this is where stuff gets really good here. Comes in like a paper thing with two plastic. Now one is the game, the second is a bonus content, and it is jam-packed full of documentaries, behind the scenes, art galleries, and I've recorded some clips of it, so I'll be showing that on the screen in a minute. But there's a list of different documentaries, there's galleries, you can go pictures through, and there's lots of different members of the team talking about making the game. Now the downside to this, I've not tried it in a normal DVD player, but when I did try it in the Xbox One, the bonus content disc wasn't backwards compatible. Even though the back of this labels it as a DVD, I don't think it's registering as a DVD, so you probably will need an Xbox 360 to play this, or if possible, if there is an emulator on the PC for Xbox 360 to play that, to watch a documentary. So that's the only downside if you're going to get this collector's edition, because the game is backwards compatible, so one disc will be fine. The bonus disc isn't, and that's really a shame, because I even put it in and it popped up a message going, oh, this isn't backwards compatible, please check our website. So if you want to watch the documentaries, there also is lots of wallpaper for your Xbox 360 and lots of game attack pictures as well. So I think I've actually changed mine to one of these exclusive Mass Effect ones that come on this disc. And like I said, it's cram-packed full of stuff. Even the soundtrack's on here. So I'm going to have to try and see if I can rip the soundtrack off the CD. So yeah, and I'll show you some of those clips on the screen now. So yeah, I think overall, I think it's a really lovely collector's editions. I know they did a few different editions. Some came with, I think one came with remote control, that Moon Patrol vehicle of the buggy that controls like a nightmare. So, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Mass Effect. I've played all of them. I even liked Andromeda, I know, but I played it after they patched it. So yeah, it's definitely one adding to collection. I love these steel tins. I've got a couple of different games with steel tins, maybe not enough. So yeah, that is a really cool collector's edition to be able to get. That was given to me. Someone found that for quite cheap when they're out and about, so I appreciate it. Thank you to those people who sent me this. So that is brilliant, and I'm loving to put this to my collection. And yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the remakes of Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3. They just came out earlier this year. And there you go, there's our collector's edition. Back to Panda in the studio. So there you go, that was all the things that are included in the Mass Effect limited edition tin. So what is your favourite limited edition game collection? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, thank you to our patrons, and remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!